Hey gang, Matt from Easy Breakouts, about to start another current market trend review, but before I do, just wanted to mention that if you find this video helpful, be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. Also, you can view additional videos by visiting our YouTube channel. Alright, let's hop into our analysis. So folks, we had a strong close to the week. We had triple digit gains in the Dow back above that 20,000 whole number. We saw the S&Ps on the gap up from those non-farm payrolls. Remember, we were talking about those 2280s, the significance of that. We gapped above it, and all day we were just bid all day. Lots of stocks moving higher. We saw a lot of stocks breaking out. The Nasdaq, Russell, all on highs. We saw the crude just kind of hanging out right below those 54 evens. We saw the bonds kind of volatile trade here today, and the gold contract also hanging out right at those 1220s. We were talking about how 1220s potentially could be that area that sends it higher. So across the board, green across the screen. And let's hop into the analysis here as we do every single day, starting off with the S&P 500s on a daily chart. So folks, here's that S&P 5s, and here's that little resistance point we were looking at over the last few days. And we said, look, that's kind of, the inflection point. If you can get back above it, you have a chance to kind of rally here, and that's exactly what we did, right above those 2280s. We gapped above it. We had a strong run, and we closed out the day very nicely, almost at the 2300 whole numbers. As we take a look at the Nasdaq, same deal here with the Nasdaq. We can see that had a very strong close, almost at new all-time highs there. And so folks, one of the things we noticed across the board is that we are still in a good uptrend. Breakouts are still working, and that's one of the things that I've been mentioning over these past videos, is that even though the market has been somewhat sideways to down, we've been still able to catch a lot of these good breakouts, and so we're going to cover those towards the end of this review video. But folks, here's the thing to recognize about the market. We're in an uptrend. Yes, we had a few tough days in there, but as long as you can maintain staying above those prior support levels, folks, the fact remains the trend is your friend, and for right now, that's what we're going to be paying attention to. So keep watching those strong breakouts here. Keep watching stocks forming bases. As we move over to the crude contract here, let's take a look at the crude. There's this crude here. Let me back out of this a little bit. So one of the things we were focusing in on the crude, this is a weekly chart going back about 2.5, 3 years. So we saw this little bit of an inverted head and shoulders kind of forming up here. We started to get back above the 51s, and I said, this looks like it might send the crude higher. But for the next, 5-6 weeks, we've just been marking time here. And so now we're starting to, if we zoom in here, now we're starting to see that we're hanging out up on the upper extremes here, right near the 54 evens. Potentially a breakout above those levels, I think, could send the crude higher, up above 54s, maybe even down the road tagging the mid 60s, the mid 70s. But folks, that's what I'm watching here on the crude, a little bit of a range between 51s and 54s. Let's take a look at the bonds here. Bonds were initially bid off of the non-farm payroll numbers. They since had faded down after the trade kind of settled in there. So you can see bonds pretty much unchanged for the day. But here's the thing with the bonds, folks, and we've been mentioning this. This is also in a bit of a range from the 123s up to the 125. So no directional tail here until we can get up and out of the upper extreme or down below that bottom extreme there on the bonds. And then finally moving over to the gold here, the GC contracts. We've been noticing here how the gold has been kind of battling out these 1220s. Had one little head fake here on Thursday morning, Thursday pre-market, and then actually on Friday managing to close back above the 1220s there. Potentially, folks, this could be the attempt at 1250s. It does seem like gold's been attracting a bit of a bid with dollar weakness, and so we might see the gold start to rally here. And even if the gold does start to rally, folks, the thing you need to watch for if you're an equities trader is look for the gold mining stocks to form a base. And if you ever take a look at some of those gold mining stocks like the GDX, they are way off their high. So even if gold does catch any sort of a rally here, look at how far off the GDX is from those highs. So, if you know anything about how we pick stocks, we like to pick stocks up near 52 or 5-year or even better all-time highs. And you can just see that a lot of the gold miners, by and far, have a lot of work to do. All right, so speaking about some of the individual stocks here, here's a great trade that manifested itself here on Friday. We were doing this live in our trading room, but we've been watching and stalking this one, Excl, for about a week and a half. It's been on our buy list here for quite some time. It just has never triggered and fully broken out. And here on Friday, we saw this breaking out nicely. And in fact, where we had our buy points located was right at these 19 evens. And you can kind of see, if I back out of these charts here, why those 19 evens, right? You can kind of see that right here. This is that area. Kind of had like a little bit of a shakeout down below, rallied right back up, formed this nice little handle right underneath the 19s. We were sitting there right below the 19s getting filled. And folks, huge run from 19s all the way up to the 2070s. And it doesn't seem like a lot, right? Like a buck, what is it, a buck 70 or so on the move. But this is a $19 stock, a $1.70 move on a $19 stock. At one point in time, this stock was almost up 10% on the day. So really nice move that we were able to catch. And just look at this, right? Even on a 5-minute chart, it breaks out in the early morning. Okay, runs up a little bit and forms this nice flat base on a 5-minute chart. As soon as it breaks out, look at this, just a straight shot higher. And so we were scale up sellers into a lot of that. We still have a position on in case this turns out to be a runner. But look, folks, this is what we're looking for, these powerful breakouts out of recognizable chart patterns, right? We were saying that this is like a cup with a high handle right in here. So that's one of the chart patterns we look for. Big volume breakout. Look at the volume here on this breakout day. Nice blue volume breakout. Here's another stock that we were able to hang on to over the last couple of days while the market was pulling back. Remember, over the last Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the market was selling off, yet we still caught this GKOS on the breakout right over these 39.40s here, right here. This is where we caught this stock, right over the 39.40s. We were scale up sellers during this run up right here. And look, it forms like this another high handle, another entry point. And folks, this is one of the facts that we see about leading stocks. They will give you multiple places to take great trades. This had another breakout, ripping higher here, folks. We've just got our last remaining portion on this for a runner, and we'll continue holding it as long as it lets us. But folks, this is the key here, right? All these stocks, if you look at these stocks, they have something in common. They were already trading up near the highs when they started to break out. That's why they're coming through our stock filtering criteria. Look at the EXEL, right? It's trading up near the highs, and that's why we're catching these breakouts. So folks, game plan always has been, always will be, looking for the best relative strength stocks, breaking out of recognizable chart patterns with volume. That's what you need to focus in on every single day. And hey, have a great trading day ahead, and join us for our next market trend review. Hey, by the way, if you haven't done so already and you're liking the analysis, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And as a reminder, you can also view additional videos by visiting our YouTube channel. Or if you'd like to find out more about easy breakouts, go ahead and click that show more right above the comments section to find out more about easy breakouts. But other than that, have a great trading day ahead, and may the trend be with you. Take care, everyone.